we welcome to the academic arena. Please make them welcome from the Darling Downs in Queensland.
Well, Team Queensland, welcome to the Sydney Royal Easter Show. You're here for the National Young Farmers Challenge Finals. I'm just going to get a quick introduction from each of you.
Hi, my name is Michaela Hogner and I'm here with my partner Josh, and yeah.
My name's Josh White and I'm a Sparky.
My name's Sarah, I'm a vet.
G'day, I'm Lawrence Semishley and a beef cattle producer. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The team from Queensland, we've got a mix of trades and skill sets here. We'll see how they go in the educational round. Justin Matthews will just be a few moments away before we kick things off.
Well, we certainly will. Team Queensland just going through their final game plan. At the centre there, Lawrence Semishley, their spokesperson with the mic. Team Queensland, are you ready? Hey, ladies and gentlemen of New South Wales, are you ready for your national finals?
Let's go.
Oh, excellent. Well, Team Queensland, your 2 minutes start now. Who is the Deputy Prime Minister of Australia?
Barnaby Joyce.
Correct. Originating from Canada, this breed has a unique coat colour. What is it?
Specklebark.
That is correct. What do the letters SCC stand for in milk production?
Pass.
Name a common meat sheep breed.
Dorper.
Correct. What is the average gestation period of a cow?
9 months.
Correct. What does the abbreviation MSA stand for?
Meat Sanders Australia.
That is correct. What horse sport involves the objects of rails and wings?
Show jumping.
That is correct. Apis mellifera is the scientific name for what?
Pass.
What is the fly that commonly causes fly strike?
Botfly.
That is incorrect. Scabby guard is used to prevent what disease in sheep?
Say again.
Scabby guard is used to prevent what disease in sheep?
Scabby mouth.
That is correct. A falling numbers machine detects what in grains?
Pass.
Name an item of PPE used for spraying crops?
Gloves.
That is correct. Who is the peak red meat marketing group in Australia?
MLA.
That is correct. Mackay Diva won how many Melbourne Cups?
3.
That is correct. How many stomachs does an alpaca have?
1.
That is incorrect. This common dairy cow is often referred to as a dual purpose. What breed is it?
Shorthorn.
That is incorrect. Anglo-Nubian goats are most commonly fleece, meat or dairy.
Milk. Milk.
And we'll accept milk for dairy. Valencia and navel are types of what?
Oranges.
That is correct. Australia has more chicken or pigs?
Chickens.
That is correct. And in which state would I find the giant Murray cod? And that's time. The question there at the end was, in which state would I find the giant Murray cod? And we were looking for Victoria. Well, not a bad run there from Team Queensland. I'll tell you what, some great answers there. SCC is somatic cell count in our dairy production, but a great run there. As we welcome up Sophie Wood, our second team, to the dais today.
The second team up here this afternoon is the team from South Australia, here in their fluoro orange shirts. They are certainly hard to miss. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for a warm welcome to the team from South Australia.
Well, Sophie, our team from South Australia in their orange shirts, who have we got?
Henry Schutz, mixed farming and reefinator business.
I'm Casey Mulligan and I'm a mixed farmhand and a Rousey.
Troy Julian, I do irrigation and have sheep as well.
Jaden Burns and I work at Taylor's Wines.
Fantastic. A great array of skill set there, Sophie. Sophie, in your starters orders, 2 minutes, 20 questions.
All right, Team South Australia, on Justin's count. Who is the Attorney General for Australia?
Pass.
This breed was the 2022 Sydney Royal Easter Show feature breed and it's Society's 50th anniversary. Which breed is it? Incorrect. What is a common personal hygiene practice that can be used to lower the likelihood of mastitis?
Penicillin.
Incorrect. Name a type of meat sheep breed.
Texel.
Correct. What is the average gestation period of a sheep?
6 months.
Incorrect. What does the abbreviation NNF stand for?
Pass.
What horse sport measures its distance in furlongs and can involve photo finishes?
Racing.
Correct. Suscrofa domesticus is the scientific name for what?
Pass.
IMF in sheep genetics refers to what trait?
Eye muscle fat.
Yes, correct. Name a condition that 6 in 1 will protect against.
Cheesy gland.
Correct. Lolium rigidum is the scientific name for what broadacre cropping weed?
Pass.
Name an item of PPE used for applying backliner.
Gloves.
Correct. The peak marketing group for dairy in Australia is?
Milk.
Incorrect. How many Melbourne Cups has Gunstead won?
Pass.
How many stomachs do a pig have?
1.
Correct. Name the breed of dairy cow prized for its high butterfat content.
Holstein.
Incorrect. Angora goats produce what fleece product? And that's time, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together from the team for South Australia in their educational question round.
Well, some great answers there for the team from South Australia. As we welcome up, ladies and gentlemen, our next team in the pale blue. They're your hometown heroes. Please make them welcome the state of New South Wales.
And I'm here to introduce you to our local New South Wales team. And who do we have here?
Madeline Hayes.
And what do you do, Madeline?
I'm a criminal prosecutor.
There we go. And who do we have here next?
Tom Wilson. I'm a dairy farmer.
Zach Ruddock. I'm a correctional officer.
Cara Edwards, and I work in outdoor education.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We have a great mix of skill sets here with our New South Wales team, and I'll be handing over to Justin to prepare their questions.
Well, thank you, Sophie. Our team just getting their final instructions with their designated team captain. Their team, you have 2 minutes and you have 20 questions. Are you ready?
No.
Alrighty, your time starts now. Who is the Federal Agriculture Minister of Australia?
Doug Saunders.
Yeah, that is incorrect. This tropical breed of cattle features a hump on its neck. What is it?
A Brahmin.
That is correct. Australia's largest dairy producing state is what?
Victoria.
That is correct. Name the most common breed of sheep for fleece production in Australia.
Merino.
That is correct. What is the average gestation period of a horse?
9 months.
That is incorrect. What does the abbreviation LPA stand for?
Pass.
Which sport involves a beast, a camp, and a course?
Pass.
Penaeus monodon is the scientific name for what?
Pass.
Globally, Australia contributes what percentage of greasy wool sales? To the nearest 5%.
2%. 65.
That is incorrect. Leptoshield is a vaccine for what condition?
Pass.
Beans, chickpeas, and vetch are all types of what? That is correct. Name an item of PPE that you'd use for drenching cattle.
Gloves.
That is correct. Who is the peak pork marketing body group in Australia?
Don?
No, that is incorrect. How many times has Winx won the Melbourne Cup?
Once.
That is incorrect. How many stomachs does a cow have?
4.
That is correct. What is the most common breed of dairy cattle in Australia?
Holsteins.
Holstein.
That is correct. Toggenburg goats are producers of what common product?
Pass.
Pink Lady and Granny Smith are types of what?
Apples.
That is correct. Australia has more sheep or cattle? And time.
Sheep.
Unfortunately, just in on the buzzer there, but yes, the answer there was correct. And sheep, not a bad run there from Team New South Wales. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, have a bit of round of applause for your hometown heroes, your team representing New South Wales.
And continuing on, team number 4 here this afternoon, we will welcome up the team from Victoria.
Well, the team from just south of the border here, we welcome in our navy shirt wearing team from Victoria. Who have we got and what do you do?
Hi, I'm Jenny and I'm a dairy and sheep farmer.
Bridget, and I'm a sheep shearer. I'm Olivia, and I work for Nutrient and Merchandise.
I'm Adam and I'm a bricklayer.
Fantastic. We'll wish you guys the best of luck in this academic round this afternoon.
Right, Victoria, are you ready to go?
Yep.
Who is the Minister for Resources and Water?
Pass.
This British breed is known for its red and white coat and is either horned or polled.
Hereford.
Correct. What is the first milk vital for calves referred to as?
Colostrum.
Correct. A white-faced Suffolk is a type of what?
Sheep. Meat sheep.
Correct. What is the average gestation period of a pig?
2 months.
Incorrect. What does the abbreviation MLA stand for?
Meat Livestock Australia.
Correct. What horse sport involves selecting a steer from a group and moving it back and forth?
Pass.
Bos taurus is the scientific name for what?
European breed. Cattle.
Correct. Developed in Australia, what does the product numbnuts do?
It anaesthetics landmarking.
Correct. Name a condition that 7-in-1 will protect against.
Cheesy gland.
Correct. Canola, rape and radish are all types of what?
Brassicas.
Correct. Name an item of PPE used when driving a tractor.
Earmuffs.
Correct. The peak marketing group for cotton in Australia is?
Cotton Australia.
Correct. How many times has Phar Lap won the Melbourne Cup?
4 times.
Incorrect. How many stomachs does a horse have?
1.
Correct. Name the breed of dairy cow that draws its name from the region of New South Wales.
Illawarra.
Correct. Sanine is a breed of what? And ladies and gentlemen, that is time for the team for Victoria. Put your hands together for their educational round.
Well, Sophie, one last team to face up to the academic round here this afternoon. We welcome them from right on the West Coast. Ladies and gentlemen, please make them welcome to the Schmidt Arena, the team from Western Australia.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined here with our team captain, Kelly from WA. She's currently their rural ambassador. Kelly, can you introduce us to your teammates?
Sure, so we're glad to be here from WA. So I'm Kelly Gorter and I work as a livestock R&D officer. We've got Tash Hull, who's a farmhand, Cameron, who a farmer on his own property, and Carlton works in a form of mining industry.
Fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is your team from WA, all across from the other side of this state. Justin Matthews, are we ready for the educational round?
Well, Team WA, are you ready for your academics?
Sure.
We've got the nod from Team WA. Will your 20 questions in 2 minutes start now? Who is the Minister for Foreign Affairs for Australia?
Peter Dutton.
That is incorrect. What breed, Australian breed, is 50-50 Bos taurus and Bos indicus?
Shorthorn.
That is incorrect. Which of the following builds muscle? Proteins, fats, or carbohydrates?
Protein.
That is correct. How is wool measured?
Table length.
We will accept that. What is the average gestation period of an alpaca?
5 months.
That is incorrect. What does the abbreviation APVMA stand for?
Australian Pesticides and Veterinary Medicine Association.
Close, but unfortunately incorrect. What horse sport involves 3 separate disciplines competed
Eventing.
in over 3 consecutive days?
Eventing.
3-day eventing. Canis lupus familiaris is the scientific name for what?
Fish.
That is incorrect. What is the compound buckalgesic used for?
Pain relief.
That is correct. Name a method of control for internal parasites in livestock.
Drenching.
That is correct. Triticum refers to varieties of what common grain?
Wheat.
That is correct. Name an item of PPE that should be used when applying a herbicide.
Gloves.
That is correct. Name the peak marketing group for eggs in Australia.
Eggs Australia.
That is incorrect. Very Elegant has won the Melbourne Cup how many times?
Once.
That is correct. How many stomachs does a camel have?
1.
That is incorrect. Originating in Scotland, this dairy breed has red and white markings. What is it?
Guernsey.
That is incorrect. Boar refers to this type of what?
It's a male pig.
Or a goat. We will accept both those answers. Aussie Rough and Aussie Gold are varieties of what?
Mangoes.
And that's time. And unfortunately not a mango. They're actually pineapples. So our teams from Western Australia, ladies and gentlemen, there is our academic round for this afternoon. How about a big round of applause for all of our teams as we get ready. We've been through round 1. Now we get ready for round number 2, the all-important practical round. Now, as we said, over 2 heats this afternoon, we will have our running order. Our running order stepping up to the line will be in lane number 1. Please make them welcome Queensland. In lane number 2, please make them welcome South Australia. And in lane number 3, please make them welcome New South Wales. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get underway with our National Young Farmers Challenge Championships with the first heat this afternoon. This is a winner-takes-all competition. All teams have been briefed and undertaken their safety instructions for the competition. And Sophie, our handicaps this afternoon, what have we got?
So team number 1, Queensland, they have a handicap of 13. Team number 2 from South Australia have a handicap of 5. And team number 3 from New South Wales have a handicap of 7. Now, Justin, can you just run us through quickly how the handicap works?
Well, thank you, Sophie. So that handicapping system, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen it before, works very much like the wood chops. We start counting backwards from 15. The mark that our team has been given is the mark that they're allowed to proceed on. So when we say stand to mark and when we say start, the timers will start running. We will then go down from 15, 14, 13, etc., right the way through until all of our teams are in action on the course. Now, this standardises the entire program because we still have another 2 teams left to run here this afternoon. Now, our teams have received their briefings. We'll be taking you through, ladies and gentlemen, the entire course this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, who is ready for heat number 1 of your 2022 National Finals? Oh, come on, Sydney, you can do better than that. Show our team some love. Are you ready for some national finals? Ah, that's it. We like a lively crowd. Alrighty, in lane 1, are you ready? Lane 2, are you ready? Lane 3, are you ready? Teams, stand to your mark. Start. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and our teams are away, ladies and gentlemen. Our first exercise our teams have had to do, ladies and gentlemen, they've had to match the grains and show them to our judges. Now, if you see a red flag go up, that means a penalty has been incurred and a step down has been instructed. Both teams now neck and neck. Sophie Wood away on walk the plank. Our team in lane number 3 is having a bit of a challenge there. Red flag goes up. The judge says, have another look at your grains there and have a think as our teams go through. Lane 2 though, Sophie, having a little bit of a struggle with those ropes there.
That's exactly it. Justin Matthews, activity 2 here is the teamwork challenge. Every day on our farm, we must work together as a team to ensure that we get the best results. Our teams do have to conduct a plank walk, and obviously they must coordinate themselves. Think of it as conducting a 3-legged race with a friend. You need to talk and work together to make it up to the middle of the arena. Now, team number 3 have finally made it past their grain identification challenge. They had a little bit of trouble there making sure that they did get the right challenge. They had a penalty of 5 seconds from their judge.
Well, Sophie, our team's now up. Our team from Queensland, ladies and gentlemen, who's here supporting the team in maroon? Who's here for Queensland? Our team from Queensland making an early breakaway, nailing the precision on this course now. They've got to find those ear tags hidden away in this veterinary challenge. Now, we've hidden 4 tags. They've got to find 2. They've got the 2 up in the air. As we get ready to tear down the course, we go from there, we go to our heritage on show, the wool toss. Now, our teams have to take that wool out of the bag. They have to make sure they throw that fleece through the air and present it properly for inspection from our judge. Now, the teams have to be able to do this properly and securely and safely. These fleeces have come straight from our working shearing demonstration, and we want to make sure that all of our fleeces are skirted and ready for presentation. Our judges make the call. They say yes as we race down to the first aid challenge. Our team's now barreling through the course here. Sophie Wood, I tell you what, absolutely tearing it up here. Our teams in this first heat, ladies and gentlemen, get behind them because this will be run and done very fast.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, team number 2 are currently on the veterinary challenge, a little way behind team number 1, who have raced ahead to the first aid challenge. So the veterinary challenge, our teams must safely retrieve 2 tags from our makeshift cow as we conduct a preg test, which is for the tags. Team number 3 from New South Wales, they've finally conquered their teamwork challenge with the plank walk, and they have started their veterinary challenge. Justin, how's team number 2 going with their wool throw?
Well, Sophie Wood, a few sheep farmers in this. We've seen a very confident wool throw. The sheep fleece has been presented as we tear up now to the first aid challenge. Now, a little bit different here. If you saw our first heats today, ladies and gentlemen, first aid has been changed up a little bit. Now, we still have our CPR challenge where we're going to be having 2 of our competitors support each other in an assisted CPR program here this afternoon. But as if that's not difficult enough, one of our competitors is unfortunately going to be bitten by a fake snake. Now, it's important that major safety and medical care and condition is taken care of in the program here. You can see our person there checking the snake bite bandage on our volunteer from the RFS. Now, it's very important that we make sure that we are safe when we're out on the farm, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. An important part of that is having a first aid kit with a snake bite bandage and having those all-important CPR skills, Sophie Wood.
That's exactly right, Justin Matthews. You've explained it incredibly well. It is so important when we're out on the farm that we have some first aid skills behind us in the accident of an emergency. Team number 1 have raced ahead to our fire challenge as team number 2 is still conducting their first aid. So our teams must complete the CPR correctly and have approval from our fantastic volunteers at the Marsden RFS.
And a red flag there for our team in lane 2. The judges have ordered a 5-second stand out. The flag's dropped, so we go back to first aid action now for our teams. Now you can see there our Marsden Park volunteers with their snake bite bandages on them, that our teams have bandaged them up. As we look across, ladies and gentlemen, and get behind them, your team from Queensland in lane number 1. They are tearing ahead. The pump's starting now. The fire has been lit. Now a little bit of a change here for the firefighting challenge. We've got some spot fires we need to put out, such as symbolised by these tennis balls on the cones. Teams must work together to put out those spot fires before they can advance to the main fire front. There's 1, there's 2, get behind them. We get to number 3, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. One more challenge left to go here in this first heat. In this team, it's from Queensland. They are streaking away. The Mighty Maroons here on course this afternoon. Give them a cheer. They've got to get their gear off, and then it's straight down to that wool bale.
Well, team number 2 are closely behind team number 1 as they put out their spot fires and approach the final fire. They still need to go back and put it out. At the moment, it's still burning, and they haven't had the tick of approval from our fantastic volunteers here from Marsden Park RFS.
Well, a red flag there for the team in lane 2. As we see, ladies and gentlemen, Queensland, the Mighty Maroons, up to the wool bale here. They've got to tip it over. They've got to run for home. They've got to dash for the cash. Get behind your team. Make some noise. Queensland here streaking towards the line in this first heat. Remember, top time takes the win here for this 2022 National Young Farmers Challenge Final.
Well, Justin Matthews, team number 2 are hot on their heels as they race towards their wool bale that needs to be rolled to the finish line. They will be pushing it as hard and fast as they can to bring up this time for their final run. Team number 3, they're currently donning their PPE equipment for the fire challenge here. They've had a few challenges along the way, but they are certainly working together as a team to get the best result possible.
Well, Sophie Wood, our team in their pink shirts from team number 2 across the line, lane 2, across the line in this Australian Young Farmers Challenge. As we look down, ladies and gentlemen, don't go quiet on us here in Sydney. We love a good, lively crowd. Get behind your team, still out on the course. While they're still out on the course, there's still work to be done, and they want your support as we get ready. Here we go. We've got one more flame to put out there in our final checks and balances here in the challenge. Here in this heat number 1 of the 2022 National Young Farmers Challenge Finals.
Well, as team number 3 race towards the end of that fire challenge, they remove all of their fire equipment. They did have a little hiccup there. All the flames weren't quite out, and they didn't have the tick of approval from our fantastic RFS volunteers. They're nearly on the home stretch as they remove that PPE. The last bit of their challenge, they need to run towards their wool bale and roll it down towards the finish line. Justin Matthews, how are we looking?
Well, come on, Sydney, get behind them. They're your hometown heroes. They're making our judges and stewards run every inch of this course. Get behind them now. Our third team here in this Heat 1. Get behind them. They are your hometown heroes from the state of New South Wales, just down the road, doing it for honour, doing it for glory, doing it for New South. And they come crashing across the line there. Ladies and gentlemen, your teams in this Heat 1. Now, usually at this point, we'd be having a chat to the teams, asking them what they thought was the toughest. Now, waiting ever so patiently backstage, we have our next 2 teams, so we're not going to give away quite the course yet. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to do a brief reset here on the course as we gear up our next teams getting ready to take the line. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we now welcome up to the starters line our teams from Western Australia and Victoria. Your final two teams to compete out here this afternoon as a part of this National Young Farmers Challenge final. And I tell you what, we have saved potentially two of the best and strongest teams to last. You've seen some incredible teams so far in this final run here this afternoon. Our handicaps this afternoon, Victoria with a handicap or starters mark of 13 and Western Australia with a starters mark of 9. A very tough competition here this afternoon. Both teams performing extremely well. We'll stand by. Ladies and gentlemen of Sydney, are you ready for your final heat this afternoon? This will be run, this will be done, and it will be won. There will be no going back here. Ladies and gentlemen of Sydney, are you ready for the last round? Oh, come on, Sydney, you can do better than that. This is your final chance to see these young farmers competing for glory into the Schmidt Arena. Are you ready? That's the way we like it. Well, our team in lane 1, are you ready? Our team from Western Australia, lane 2, are you ready? Teams, stand to your mark. Start. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. It's both teams away here in this Grains Challenge here, ladies and gentlemen, underway here. And I tell you what, Sophie tearing it forward, Team WA.
That's exactly it. Team WA have had a quick look at those grains and have correctly identified them well ahead of the team from Victoria in lane number 1. But team number 1 seem to be catching up. They're getting ready for the teamwork challenge where the team will walk along the planks, communicating with each other to make sure that it happens nice and conformed.
Now, Sophie, these plank challenges, we have seen them right across the country in this Young Farmers Challenge. In fact, you'd almost call it a staple of the competition. We've seen teams earlier today with ease of communication. Now, what this is, ladies and gentlemen, it's basically like we're expecting you to go to the ski slopes, jump on a set of skis with 3 of your best mates and go for a downhill ski together. Our team's battling it out here now. The trick here is communication, so get behind them here, ladies and gentlemen. Left, right, left. As they advance down the course, they've got to touch those wool packs with the skis here this afternoon. These incredible Shoot Bell wool packs, 200 plus kilos of some of the finest merino wool you will find here in the Sydney Showgrounds. You'll see them in play later on in the challenge here. As Team WA in lane 2, Sophie Wood, they are advancing towards their next task.
They certainly are. The team here from WA have got their communication down pat. You can hear them working together as a team, left, right, as they make it towards our veterinary challenge here today. How's team number 1 looking, Justin?
Well, team number 1 advancing down the course. Ladies and gentlemen, get behind them, show them some love out here. This is your final heat. This is your final challenge here today. This will be the final of the finals. You won't see it anymore. Don't leave it behind. Make sure you give as much for these teams. Make some noise. Pick your team. There's only 2 here this afternoon to compete for glory. They'll be taking home an incredible prize package here as part of this Australian National Young Farmers Challenge. Now, as we said, ladies and gentlemen, last year, because of COVID, unfortunately, we had to put a stop to our practical competition. It had to go virtual. These teams have been chomping at the bit. They want to get in the arena. They want to get their sand under their boots, and they want to take home the glory of the championship to their home state.
Well, team number 2 are racing ahead of team number 1 as they progress to the fleece throw. So teams have to remove the fleece from the plastic bag, and as a team, they need to prepare it as they would in a shearing shed ready for skirting.
Now, Sophie, the Sydney Royalists to show 200 years young this year as part of, we see some of the tradition, the heritage and the history on show here in the Schmidt Arena. Now, as we come down, our teams from Western Australia now making their way onto that first aid challenge. The team from Victoria, they're having a little bit of a challenge finding those last tags. 4 tags in there, must locate 2 here in this Young Farmers Challenge. So our team from Western Australia gloving up now. They've got to conduct CPR together as a team, but also help our volunteer who has unfortunately had a snake bite on their arm. Now, as we said, the first aid is a critical skill on the farm and in everyday life. Our teams are very avid first aiders. They know their CPR, they know their first aid skills.
Well, team number 1 have reached the fleece throw as they prepare it on their tarpaulin. These fleeces have been donated from our live shearing demonstrations here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. So our teams are also to handle them with lots of care as they are quite delicate.
They're certainly quite delicate, but also quite valuable, Sophie Wood. Our fleeces are an important part of our show. You can see the tradition of shearing on show in the Sheep Pavilion and see some of both our mechanical hand shearing, but also the traditional hand shears as well. As our team from Victoria, they now don the gloves, get ready for their first aid component of this challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, there is not too far to go with this competition. It will be run, it will be done, and it will be won by one of these great states out here this afternoon, representing for glory for their home states for this national final.
And as Team WA gear up for the fire challenge, they will have a few spot fires to put out as they head towards the main blaze, towards the end of the Schmidt Arena. It is of utmost importance that we wear our PPE and protective equipment when we are on farm and facing hazards such as a farm fire. As they work together as a team, they need to start the generator and get the water pumping before they can begin putting out these spot fires. Now, Justin, how are the team from lane number 1 looking with their first aid?
Well, the team in lane 1 from Victoria, they've completed their snake bite. They're onto their team with the CPR. Now, the important part with this, ladies and gentlemen, the team CPR, what we're asking the two team members is to support each other in the rhythm for CPR. Now, they've got to do 30 compressions and 2 breaths to the tune of that immortal Bee Gees classic, Staying Alive, here in the Schmidt Arena. As our team from WA tearing through that fire challenge, the spot fire's out and our team's getting their PPE off now, Sophie, getting ready for that all-important dash for home.
That's exactly it. The PPE is off. It's always a challenge to get those fire trousers off over the top of those boots. Oh, they've forgotten their gloves. They can't leave those behind for the next fire. They need to make sure all of their PPE has been returned in case of another emergency. Now, team number 1 has hit the fire challenge. They're gearing up, ready to go. Their fire has been lit down the end of the Schmidt Arena. And once they get their generator started, they'll be putting out those spot fires and heading towards that final blaze.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, talking about heading towards the final line, Team WA, a flag safety infraction didn't stop them as they come tearing forward. Give them a big cheer as they cross the line with that 200-kilo shoot bell wool bale. We come back down here, ladies and gentlemen, stay with us, keep applauding, keep the support coming for your team from Victoria. They're out here chasing glory here in the Schmidt Arena. Now remember, it's still anyone's game. We haven't given those times away just yet. As our team gets geared up, they put their safety gear on. Or more as important, when you're on the farm doing any task, appropriate safety gear. As we get ready, they've got to put those spot fires out. They've got to knock those tennis balls off before they get down to their final run, which will be the main source of the main fire. Our team just doing their final safety checks, getting geared up, working together really well here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here in the arena. As our team from Victoria, they start the pump, they get ready to advance forward. Teamwork, we say, makes the dream work here, ladies and gentlemen. Get behind them. They've only got one more challenge to go after this, and then it will be run and it will be done. That will be your National Young Farmers Challenge. You don't want to walk away from here with anything left in the tank. Get behind your team. Show Victoria some love as they complete this second last task here before they advance on to their final challenge here this afternoon. Well, we have 1, we have 2, and there we go on the fire now. Our Team Victoria at the fire front. We're waiting for that thumbs up from the Marsden Park RFS team. A big thank you to Marsden Park each and every year coming to support it. We've got 2 thumbs up. The hose comes off. We get ready. We shut down the pump. The PPE comes off, and we get ready for dash for home. Well, ladies and gentlemen, don't go quiet on us here. Your final team across the line here this afternoon. Give them support, give them some love. This is your team from Victoria doing it justice out here in the Schmidt Arena. They're not going to leave till the job's done.
Well, Justin, as the team from lane number 1 finally take off the last of that PPE from the Fire Challenge and head towards the last component of this National Young Farmer Challenge final. I'm currently here with the team from WA. There's lots of great sportsmanship going on down here. We've got all of the teams cheering them on as they push that 200-kilo chute bell wool bale towards the finish line.
Well, that is 200 kilos of some of the finest merino fleece in that bale. They're giving it every bit of effort here. Ladies and gentlemen, get behind them. Your final team to cross the line this afternoon. They are not going to leave it all out here in the Schmidt Arena. They are going to get this job done. Well, we just await our final times here. We cross down now to the team in maroon here from Queensland, Lauren Semish-Lay. Mate, you had a cracking run there in the first round.
Thanks, JT. Yeah, it was a little bit of luck on our side, getting some good questions there, and we flew through them and nailed our grains first step and went from there. We're a fantastic little thrown-together team, I think, and we're proud to represent Queensland.
Well, I'll tell you what, a great diversity of careers here from the Queensland team. Like I said, we've got cattle farmers, we've got a veterinarian on the team, we've got a huge array here, and something almost for every one of the team members here today.
Yeah, nailed it. Those questions were good. We had a good array of disciplines, so I only just had to sit there and direct it at the person who knew the best answer, and we did well. That got us off to a really good start.
Well, mate, they say teamwork makes the dream work, and hopefully the dream comes through, your scores to come through very shortly.
Well, Justin Matthews, I'm here with Jaden and Casey from Team SA. They had a fantastic run. So Jaden here works in viticulture and Casey is a sheep and crop farmer herself. So, girls, what do you think the hardest part about this challenge was today?
For me, it was keeping up on the running on the way back. I'm just come back from a knee injury, so that was the most running I've done in a while. So I got a bit out of breath at the end there. So.
Oh, well, you did a fantastic job recovering from an injury. And what about yourself? What did you think was the biggest challenge of the day?
I reckon it was the planks, because you've got to get in time and make sure you've got good teamwork to that.
That's exactly it. Teamwork is ever so important as we conduct challenges or everyday activities on our farms. It is very, very important to make sure that we work together and communicate as a team like you guys did. It always takes a little bit to get your rhythm, and once you get that left, right, you're always on final. Well done to the team from SA. Justin, who are you joined with?
Well, Sophie Wood joining me here at the microphone. We've got some of our team from Team New South Wales, our local hometown heroes. In fact, they've come from just down the road, but I'll tell you what, a gutsy performance here in the Schmidt Arena this afternoon.
Yeah, we had a great time, worked well as a team, and we're proud of our efforts.
Now, I'll tell you what, the results just yet to come in here this afternoon, and we'll see a recognition here before the official presentations underway as part of our evening function. But I'll tell you what, some tough challenges out here, but you guys had a great skill set. What was the toughest on the course?
It'd be definitely the grain challenge. Hey, I think that threw a big spanner in our works. We had a plan to get out of the box really quick, really early, and yeah, after getting that wrong, getting that penalties, it really, really hurt us.
But good to move on from it. But you guys still posted a cracking run here, and we look forward to seeing your times here this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, it'd be interesting to see what happens. I think it was a very close competition between all of us. Congratulations to the guys that got first. They really went well, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Well, it will be the final time that takes us down to where we are. Sophie Wood joining you at the microphone. I think we've got the team in yellow from Western Australia.
That's exactly right. I'm here with the Western Australian team, and what a fantastic run they had here this afternoon. They've made the big trip over, and well worth it was. I'm currently here with Tash, who is one of our stock women, and she does a fantastic job. Tash, tell us, how did you think the challenge went today?
Oh, I really did. We worked as a team extremely well. We came over early Thursday morning, and so we had a look around yesterday, and it was nice to be able to just get an idea of what was going on. And then, once we got that skiing sorted, we fairly flogged through it then, and no, it was really good. We had a really good time.
Fantastic. The team from WA, like you said, you arrived on Thursday. You had a bit of a look. You've sussed out the grounds. You knew what you were up against. Is there anyone that you'd like to thank here today?
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to get over here if it wasn't for our sponsors, Harvest Road. They put up the flights and the accommodation for us to be able to get over here, and it makes it a lot easier travelling from all the way over to WA if we can have a bit of help. And then Raswell, obviously, as well. Like, you know, we couldn't do all this without their help and putting on the shows back home. So, yeah.
Well, there you go, Justin Matthews, the team from WA, and I can see that you're joined with the team from Victoria.
I most certainly am, Sophie. Our team from Victoria here. I'll tell you what, you guys have fought an incredible fight here this afternoon in the Schmidt Arena. Some great challenges there and a great run in the academic challenge. A little bit different this year. What was the toughest challenge on the course?
Oh, definitely those planks. It took us a while to get the rhythm going, but I think there was a patch in there where we got it going and we got to the wall bail pretty quickly. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Now, you guys you've come a bit of a ways away from Victoria, and is anyone you'd like to thank for supporting you in your journey here to the national finals?
Yeah, so we're from Clunes in Victoria, the majority of us, but we'd like to thank the Melbourne Royal for putting us up for this weekend and giving us the opportunity to represent them at the national final.
Fantastic. Well, we'll have our results to hand coming up as part of our official functions this afternoon. Now, we will have a recognition of results here and then a formal presentation for our competitors tonight. We'll just wait on the all-important results sheet to come through from our adjudicators for the program here this afternoon. Our adjudicators just double-checking and confirming their result sheets here this afternoon. Well, we'll invite our teams up in front of these incredible bales here because it's only fitting that a job well done. We finished with a bale. We'll let you finish with your bale as well here as we welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, please make them welcome back into the arena. Your team from Queensland, from Victoria, West Australia, South Australia, your national finalists, and of course the great state, your hometown heroes from New South Wales. Well, the all-important results here this afternoon here, ladies and gentlemen, for the 2022 Sydney Royal Easter Show.
And
Sophie Wood in fifth place.
Fifth place. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a fantastic run here this afternoon as part of our National Young Farmers Challenge for 2022. We've had viticulturists, vets, electricians, jack of all trades. We've had some miners, some farmers. We've had some prosecutors, just to name a few as some of our competitors. And what a fantastic job they have done. So in fifth place, congratulations to Victoria.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, your fourth place in the 2022 National Young Farmers Challenge from the host state, New South Wales.
And coming in third place, the team from South Australia.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we come down to the pointy end now. First and second, who will it be? Well, for their first ever foray into a National Young Farmers Challenge finals, please give it up for your second place getters today, Western Australia.
And last but not least, taking out the big win today at the 2022 National Young Farmers Challenge. Put your hands together for the team from Queensland.
Before we let them grab a couple of quick photos here, ladies and gentlemen, your teams this afternoon, course, before we let them up the microphone here, we must give a big thank you to the incredible hard work and support from the Marsden Park RFS group, your local RFS group. If you'd like to find out more, jump online and check out Marsden Park. They're here each and every year. A big thank you to the crew and the commanders for their time. Of course, a big thank you to the ASC of New South Wales Next Generation for their kind support. Our visiting states who have provided stewards and judges. Of course, a big thank you must go to our wonderful organising group, the RAS of New South Wales group, for their kind support. Pardon me, sorry. The RAS Youth Group, a big thank you to your incredible support. Of course, the Ag Development Department for their kind support of the program here each and every year. We couldn't have certainly done it without you. As we cross down now, we'll have a couple of parting words from our team from Queensland. Lawrence Semishley, I tell you what, mate, a very well-fought victory.
Yeah, we're very, very glad we were able to make it down this year. It was only just came together last minute. We were coming, we weren't coming, and in the end we got the funding and we came on down thanks to the FTC, the Future Directors Committee of the RNA. They pulled it together very last minute in the end, and have got us down here, got us accommodation and flights, and we're very glad we're here and could do Queensland proud.
And mate, is there anyone else you'd like to thank as part of your program here this afternoon?
I think most of all our team members here. I'm with Sarah here, and we had Josh and the rest of the team here, and we only really met up last night, this morning. And Matilda Sly was our coordinator for this year, and we've had some very good help from Shannon and the FDC, and also Lauren as well. So thank you so much to those who have supported the Young Farmers Challenge in Queensland and for getting us down here.
Well, thank you very much, Lawrence. Ladies and gentlemen, your champions for the 2022 National Young Farmers Challenge. Congratulations to the team from Queensland. Congratulations to all of our competitors. As we said, this is the first year we've been able to host it live and local here, and it's been an absolute privilege and a pleasure to bring it to you here at the Sydney Royal Easter Show. Sophie Wood, we have had an absolute cracking time here this afternoon.
We certainly have. We kicked off the morning with this State Young Farmers Challenge, and we've wrapped it up with our National Young Farmers Challenge for 2022. The teams who have come out today have absolutely shown us what it's like to be a young farmer on the land here in Australia. They've done a wonderful job. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here in the Schmidt Arena at the 200th Sydney Royal Easter Show.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been run, it has been done, and it has been won. This has been the 2022 National Young Farmers Challenge. My name's Justin Matthews.
And I'm Sophie Wood.
And we look forward to seeing you right around the arenas.